Alright guys, this is the last video hopefully that will cover our Canvas training. And the last two things I want to talk about is the assignment tab and the quizzes tab. Now students this year are really lucky because Canvas is always a continual learning process. It always wants to become better. And as teachers, we were given the opportunity this summer to attend a Canvas training and learn a little bit more about it. And in this training, I went to a class that showed me how to make assignments easier for students. So this year students are lucky because you don't have to do about 10 steps to do an assignment. Like last year's students, you only have maybe 2 or 3 to do. And so life is going to be simpler for you. So here's how you do an assignment when your teacher gives you one for Canvas. Specifically, an essay maybe. In your English class. We do a lot of essays here on Canvas. So the way it works is, again, simply click on the assignment tab and it's going to take you to a list of assignments. You're going to find the one that you were given and you wrote down in your planner, and you're going to find that one and you're going to click on it. Before you click, you are able to see if it's opened or not, when it's due. So this particular assignment is going to be due August 31st and it's going to be worth 12 points. Okay, so I can see that before I even click on the assignment. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's pretend my teacher assigned me my name. You're going to be logged on to your assignment just like this. Now, the very first time that you do this, there's a couple extra steps that we have to do. You will not ever do these steps again, just the first time. And we don't want to stress you guys out as 6th graders. So we as English teachers, we are going to do an activity, this particular activity, my name activity, on the very first week of school, on the first Friday of school. And we're going to help you with those extra steps that you have to do an assignment. The extra steps is we have to authorize your Google Drive to communicate with Canvas. Whenever you do an assignment, you're usually going to be typing something. And so we use Google Drive to do typing in Canyon School District. And every student in Canyon School District is given a Google Drive account. And so the very first time we access this, we're going to authorize it to communicate to each other. And once we've done that, you're good to go. And I'm going to show you how to do an assignment right here, right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to authorize your accounts to talk, we really should do it at school. And so please don't do this at home. Wait until the first day that your teachers help you do this, and we'll make sure that you're set up correctly so that we don't have any problems down the road. But just like any discussion or quiz, an assignment is very similar. You're going to read your instructions and do what you're supposed to do. So we read through, we learn what we need to do. Instead of multiple steps, normally students would have to leave and go to their Google Drive and do this and do this and do this. They don't have to. It's all right here now. And so you'll notice at the very bottom there is this lovely section that says essay. Okay? Now, you are going to be able to, the very first thing you should do is right here where it says essay, you should rename it and type in the title of the assignment. So this one is called My Name. Now, we do this so that we can find it later. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular assignment, My Name, when we start typing here, even though I'm on Canvas, it's going to save it on your Google Drive. So please make sure, and I'm going to leave that as essay for now, please make sure that you label it so that you can find what assignment it is later. Okay, it will always say essay here, and you need to change the title. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to type your essay. And it's that simple. You're just going to write and type what you need to type, and it's going to save it. Now what's great is maybe you don't finish in class your essay, and Miss Burton or your Miss Vidal or Miss Hayter or whoever your teacher is at the time isn't going to give you any more class time. You can go home, log onto Canvas, open up this assignment, and it will save it right here for you when you're good to go. Okay, and there's ways to make this bigger, and we can play around with that later. And then when you're all done, right here, and because I'm on a teacher mode, it's not going to show that, but right here there's going to be a blue button that says submit. So when your essay is completely done, you can hit the submit button, and it will send it to your teacher, and we will be able to grade it right here on Canvas. We'll be able to write comments back to you and highlight things and tell you what things you should fix and all of that fun stuff. Okay? Now while I'm talking about that, I want to show you how to actually get feedback from your teacher. And feedback is probably, for me, it's one of those things that I encourage my students to do a lot of. Seek feedback. Get answers to your questions and concerns and understand why you're not doing something right. We're here at school to learn. I promise you, your teachers are not here to make your life miserable. We're really wanting you to learn. And whenever we give an assignment or a discussion or a quiz, we give you feedback. We will actually write comments to you to help you learn and understand what you did wrong and become better from it. Now, we're a mastery-based grading school. So if you didn't do well on this assignment, you could easily redo it and resubmit it, and your teachers will regrade it so that you can get a higher score. Okay? Because it's not about the letter grade. It's not about A, B, C, D, and Fs. It's about you learning and becoming a better student. So I want to show you the grade tab. Now, everyone take a deep breath. Let it out. The grade tab is like my least favorite tab on Canvas, except for one thing. Okay, so I'm going to click on the grade tab. Be patient. Now, I'm going to change my views here because I really need you guys to see what it looks like on your end. All right, let's talk about grading. You're going to log on here and you're going to click on grades because you're interested and you want to see how well you're doing. And every time you do an assignment or a quiz or a test or a discussion, it's going to show up here. It's going to have the due date, it's going to have whether you did it, and it's going to show you what score you got and how many points it was out of. And then down here, it's going to have a percentage. Now, when you do that, there's only one thing I want you to use this grade tab for, and that is feedback. Okay? And I'm going to switch classes here and show you what I mean by feedback. Okay? So, the only thing you should be using it for is to get feedback from your instructor or your teacher. So this is what it's going to look like, okay? And so you would have a list of assignments, the due date, if it's missing or not, you would have your score and how much it's out of. And then when you go here, I talked about feedback. You can actually click on the assignment and it's going to pull it up here. Usually, if the teachers commented, you can read their comments over here. You could listen to their comments. It would read it to you. And there's a little tab right here that says View Feedback, and I can click on that. And it's going to download my assignment. And any comments or notes or marks that my teacher wrote, I'm going to be able to see right there. So it's really fantastic as a student that you can learn from your mistakes, see what your teacher has to say, fix those mistakes, and then resubmit it to see if you can get a higher score. It's really important, especially when it comes to essay writing, looking at what your teacher sees you need help with. Learn from those moments. If you don't understand how to fix them, ask your teacher for that extra help, redo the assignment, resubmit it, and your teacher will regrade it, as long as it's done before your done date. Okay? Now, I want to go back to the grades because I said take a deep breath. And I said I hate the grade tab. except for feedback. It's the only way I like for students to get feedback on assignments. Parents and students log on to Canvas, they click on grades, they see their scores, and then they look down here and they see a percentage. And this percentage may not be what it says on Skyward. And many times I have parents email me and say, on Canvas it says this grade, maybe it's on Canvas it says a B, but on Skyward it says a C. What grade does my child really have? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most important thing I'm going to say to you on this whole entire Canvas training. Canvas and Skyward are two different programs. Canvas is not a grade book. Skyward is. Skyward is where your child's grade is. The reason why these two scores will not match, the reason why they will not match is because Canvas is only for certain assignments. Not every assignment we do in class will be uploaded onto Canvas. Sometimes we do in-class worksheets or activities or projects. All of those scores, as well as the Canvas scores, are put into Skyward. Canvas is not a grade book, and you should not come here to look to see what grade your child has. That is what Skyward is for, and we highly recommend that you go to Skyward only to know how well your child is doing on their grades. And here's why. Even if you came here, maybe it says that here they got 3 out of 5, but then you go to Skyward and it might say 4 out of 5. Why is there a discrepancy? Why isn't it the same number? Well, maybe as I was reviewing my data, I realized that there was a question that was kind of biased, and so I threw the question out and awarded every student a point. So it wouldn't show it here on Canvas, but it would show it on Skyward. I have to manually take your scores from Canvas and input them into Skyward. So please make sure that you're really checking Skyward for grading, not Canvas. The only thing I'm going to ask you to use the grade tab for is for feedback on your assignments so that you know how to correct your errors and learn from your mistakes. That is the only thing I'm going to ask you to do with the grade tab. So I hope that kind of narrows it down on a couple different things for you. That is Canvas in a nutshell. All right. I know I went through it kind of fast, but I promise you in class your students are going to be trained and learn how to do this. But feel free to always come back to this power and the screencast, this YouTube video, and rewatch it. And if you have trouble, always email the teacher and ask for help and support. That's what we're here for. I did upload 3 things onto Canvas for you to play around and practice with. So there is an assignment. It is called the Canvas Training Assignment. There's a discussion called the Canvas Training Discussion, and there will be, there's a Canvas Training Quiz. All 3 of these things are just for you as parents and students to play around and have fun and get to know Canvas and make sure that you can use it really well and follow along. Now, before I sign off and I say goodbye to you guys on this, I want to show parents one final feature. Your student is the only one that has a login account to Canvas. However, if you would like to be a part of our Canvas course and involve yourself in the class, you can actually sign up and be involved as a parent. On the home screen of your child's page, right here, it says Parents of Canvas Users. Click for an account. And you can click that, put your name and your email address, and then you need to put your child's username and your child's password, and then agree to the terms, and you can start participating in our classroom. I highly encourage this so that you can actually see the calendar and hold your student accountable to all of their classes with their homework. Please feel free to email us or contact us through Canvas if you have any questions or concerns, and we look forward to working with you all this year. It's going to be a fantastic year. Regardless if you're on Team Balder, Team Tyr, or Team Frigga, we're going to have a great